I'm Evelyn Linwood. For those of you who don't know, I am a self-published fantasy author. My debut novel is out on Amazon, Kobo. It's actually available in Kobo Plus, Apple Books, and BarnesandNoble.com, plus a couple of indie bookstores. Showing Silver is the first of a duology. It is a coming of age, I'd call it new adult fantasy. It's not really young adult. It doesn't fit like the genre stuff for young adult. It fits adult. It's just the character happens to be going through a coming of age story arc. So that is my book. If this is your first writing vlog, I am working on 2 projects at the moment. One is the sequel to Showing Silver, and that is coming along great. I'm almost through Act 1. Like, I just have to do the kind of debate section and then break into Act 2. Well, that's Act 2. So there's just like one more step in Act 1. I do tend to follow Save the Cat, even though I don't outline per se. If you've watched previous vlogs, I've explained that before. So that is a draft 1 project. When I say I'm almost through Act 1, that means I'm about a quarter into it. As for my other project, it is called Project King. Well, these aren't the actual titles, but they're what I'm calling them public facing. So Project King, I am working on chapter 13 of like 37, although I might be readjusting some of the chapters. And I can't give like a percent on that because I am adding a fair bit to it, so I can't like look at word count and tell you how much it is. And then I did want to give you an update on my 185 challenge. Before I do my 185 update, I wanted to ask you to put in the comments below. I have not been turning on my lights to film lately because I don't tend to work with them on. If that is affecting your enjoyment of videos, please tell me and I will start like flicking the switch before I film. Okay, so my 185 update, I made like a little chart for July. I actually already filmed this, but then there was like a piece of mail in the back that I didn't feel comfortable showing, and it actually had this shirt. Ask me about my book. I'm a published author. I'm looking forward to wearing it in public. Got it off Amazon. Okay, the update. I have had 3 scheduled writing days so far in July. It's currently Tuesday, July 8th. This is actually my 4th scheduled writing day. I gave myself a little time for the holiday because my husband had time off, so I was like... Okay. So I have done a work day every scheduled day. I have not done writing every scheduled day. The last time I wrote was actually July 1st, so it's been a solid week. And that was the day I went and did like some cafe writing, and then I did some more at home. Then my next work day was Thursday, and I had a really good, solid work day. I was super productive. I just was dealing with admin tasks and didn't get that done. And then yesterday I just didn't feel good. So I really didn't get that much done. Again, I did some like admin stuff. And then today I have also not been feeling good. I think I'm coming down with something. But today is supposed to be my long writing day. I have not done any writing, even though it's almost 2 p.m. So I should really do some, even if I don't do my entire 3-hour goal. Tuesdays I've been trying to write for 3 hours for the last couple weeks. And that is my 185 goal, but I'm not feeling well. As for my reading goal, which is 30 minutes per day, per work day, I've done it 2 out of 3 times for July. I do plan to read today. I have been rereading Harry Potter. just the first one. I don't know if I'll read through the whole series, but that was honestly one of my gateway books when I was a kid. So I think it has kind of bashed through the cobwebs of the very last of my reading slump, so I am really enjoying that. As for drinking water, my official 185 goal was to replace approximately 1/3 of my current sugary drinks with water. I'd say I'm meeting that. I've been drinking more tea, and I've been watering down like sugary beverages, honestly probably by half, not by 1/3. So I think that's going well. I also said that I was going to add more veggies into my diet because I have been dealing with some celiac issues. It's been making it harder to eat vegetables. So I have been working at that. I can't do it quickly. I'm adding the ones that I'm currently tolerating into my diet. It's a whole thing. As for physical therapy, I have a knee injury. So I have been not doing my official exercises, but I've been working on like walking more and standing more. And I'm seeing a lot of progress there. So I'm pretty happy with it, but I definitely need to start doing like the main exercises. And then piano, I said I was going to, this is the 185 challenge where the official prompt is to do one creative hobby that you don't intend to monetize. I said I'm going to start playing piano again, which I used to play piano. So I have not been doing that, but I do have a piano stool. I have an electric piano, so I can play that. So I've not been doing that, but I definitely want to start doing that. The chart that I have, I basically have like a topic for each day, I have the topics. So this is like my sprints, my reading, my water, my veggies, and if I don't do it, I have to put an X, which I hate putting X's. Some people wouldn't find that motivating. I do. So that is how I'm tracking my 185, at least for July. I don't know if I'll do like official tracking the whole time, but I needed to kind of give myself a booster to get started. And then the other side is just a journal because I have a questionable memory. So the journal side, I am using day to day. Now, that is my 185 update. And then, hush, kitty. As for my writing, the writing itself, I am almost through, for Project Gold, I'm almost through the part that I actually have an outline, semi-outline of. So that is, I have mixed feelings about that because I am normally much more of a pantser, but for whatever reason, I was having trouble getting going without an outline this time. So basically, I outlined Act 1, and either it's going to be really fun once I run out of outline, or smash a wall. But hopefully my Tuesdays will keep me from doing walls. Worst case scenario, I just take some time to outline more. I will put a video out about it. I don't know if that will go up before or after this vlog, but as regards to my freelancing, I will not be freelancing on Fiverr anymore. I will be deleting my account around the end of August. Yeah. I do offer the same services that I offer through Fiverr. Manuscript critique, copy edit, book formatting through my website, www.nightskypublishing.com. Yeah, so I have those same services available at the same price. It's just, I'm tired of giving Fiverr 20%, which, if I do a $300 edit, that smacks it down to I can do math. 240. And it makes a big enough difference that it's kind of not really worth it anymore at the prices that you have to charge for Fiverr, at the prices that I want to charge, just because I want to be, an accessible, helpful thing for indies instead of an expense that they won't earn out. Yeah, that 20% makes a difference. And then I also offer beta reads, but they're not listed currently. So if you want a beta read, you can go ahead and message me on my website. The price is, what is it? It's $2 per 1,000 words for the first 10,000, and then after that it cuts in half. So if you have like a 10,000 word cookie, I would charge $20 for that. And then if you had a 20,000 word cookie, instead of 40, it's 30. Basically, it's to make an individual project, like the back and forth of that, worth it for me. That's why I charge a little more for the first 10K. Yeah. So that is what's going on with that. And then I'm also looking into, I'm currently doing research on like school visits. I write coming of age fantasy that's targeted at adults, but I do think that there would be a lot of value in like a school visit for a high school, just the general writing process and publishing landscape, I think would be really fascinating. I would have loved that at that age, but then again, I wanted to be a writer, so, I'm looking into it, seeing what the process is, if there's interest, that kind of thing. And then I was also applying for like part-time writing gigs, not ghostwriting, but like blog writing. Yeah, so I am looking into that. I think that's all my updates. I don't know that I will get through my 3 hours today, but I will certainly update you on how things go before I upload this video. So it's July 8th. This video doesn't actually go up until like the 17th, so I'll probably have a week worth of writing to show. Let's get to it. Yeah, I did not get through my 3 hours for that day. This is Monday, July 14th. I have had 2, 4, 6. I've had 7 scheduled work days total. And I haven't really done any more writing since then, which I've been like sick all week. I don't know what I had, but I was really tired and kind of maybe sinusy last week. And it could have just been like I live in Michigan, so it could have been the smoke from the California wildfires. We're actually under an air quality alert today for the same reason. And then over the weekend, my husband and I got his stomach bug, so thankfully today I'm feeling a little bit better. So instead of writing, because I really wasn't feeling well, I started working on a map, which really, after the debate section of the book, Showing Silver, I kind of need the map. So I'm working on a map of a location in the book, so it's not like an overarching map, it's just like a smaller map. So I'm working on a map of where one of the characters will be, and I need that map in order to just like write the section where they're there. So And I'll probably actually include not the version of the map I'm currently making because it is rudimentary, but I will include probably that map a better version of that map when I actually publish the novel. I hope I called it Project Gold. I know the actual title. So if I didn't, I'll take that out of the video. But okay, it's such a funny thing because I know the title, but I'm saving it for like the pre-order announcement or the publishing date announcement, whatever, one of the announcements. It's a weird thing that a lot of indie authors do, and part of it is because like if some book, like if I have a title picked out and I'm kind of a slower writer, so if a year from now someone publishes an amazing book under the same title that's like super popular, I won't want to use the title, but then it'll be locked in. Yeah. So that is just one of the weird things about being a self-published author is you might have a title in your mind that you absolutely love, and you're just hoping someone else doesn't use it first. Which you can publish a book with the same title. Titles are not like locked in. This is not somebody's title. With the exception of if they have like if they have a trademark. So like you can't run off and publish Harry Potter and the Never-Ending Goblet or something. That's a trademark, I think. But in general, if you've got a title like Project King, originally I wanted to publish it under the title Autumn Throne, which I'm not using that title. I've changed to a different titling scheme. But originally it was going to be Autumn Throne. The reason that I rejected the title is because it sounds a little fae, and there's no fae in the book. But there were like 2 or 3 books that had the same title, and I was going to use it anyway because none of them are like very big, except for one that is not the first in a series. There was one that was like seemed a little more well known, but it wasn't this. It was either a series title or some. It was very far removed, so I didn't think there would be confusion. Yeah, but I'm not using that title anymore. But that's just one example of like you might come up with a title and you Google it and there's 3 books under that title. And that's normal. That's fine. It happens. I do think that if you made the same book or the same title around the same time with a similar plot and a similar cover, that would get into a zone that is really skeezy, Don't do that. But in general, same title is fine. Okay, as for like what I've been doing this week, and this video will be up Thursday, so I don't know how much more filming I'll do. I am very excited about the map. I'm almost done with it. Yeah, but I haven't had much time to work because I've been sick. Most of the work I got done was client work because I had to prioritize. I have one that's due in like a week. So honestly, probably the next couple days I'll be wrapping that up. And then, yeah. But I did want to show you guys my new bullet journal layout. I don't know how many of you bullet journal. Actually, would you be interested in like a bullet journal setup video? I'd have to figure out how to film it because I don't really know how they set up their cameras. But because I'm using my computer's web camera. Anyway, here's my here's my setup. I have changed, ignore this, this isn't part of it, this is just so I can flip easily. So I have changed the way I'm doing it so that I have like a separate zone for chores and a separate zone for high impact, which previously I've called priorities, but I saw somebody else call it high impact and I really liked that. Because it's not always my priority per se, it's just the thing that really needs to get done. And then I had a little space down here, so I made a notes section and a next week section. And I'm going on like a cozy theme. I made a bullet journal like a couple of years ago that had a kind of pillow fort theme. And I've brought back a similar color scheme, and I had books and tea and lights in that one. So I brought back a similar theme for basically Camp Nano. I know Nano doesn't exist. Good. But I am in a group that started with Nano. So it's like a writing Discord. So we share bullet journals. Anyway, yeah. So I have that, and today's Monday, so I haven't filled it in yet. So I wanted to show it to you while I had the opportunity. It was really a rough week last week. My cat was sick. I was sick. We had a stomach bug over the weekend. My cousin got in a car accident, and I'm so glad he's okay, but okay is stretching it, to be honest. He's alive. Yay. He will be okay. He's just gonna have a long recovery. Okay. Yeah, so I will end the video here. Do let me know. I've turned on the lights for this filming session so that you have a comparison. Does the lights off matter to you? Because generally I'm filming in the middle of working and the lights are always off when I'm working, but I don't know why. My eyes just don't like the light while I'm working. My eyes are not loving the wildfire smoke. Anyway, I hope you had a better week than I did, and yeah, let me know how things are going for you. How's your writing going? The light thing, and would you like to see a bullet journal video when I go to set up like my August setup? And I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks for watching.